Stop! Hold everything! Don't move a muscle! You see this? This perfectly normal, bustling, productive office? It's about to be completely, utterly, and hilariously destroyed. And not by a meteor, or a coffee machine rebellion, or even a surprise pizza party. Nope! It's going to be ruined by something much, much smaller. Something you hear every single day. One tiny, little, seemingly innocent piece of advice. They found one rule, a secret, a so-called hack that promised to unlock ultimate success, wealth, and happiness. And guess what? It was a fake, a total fraud, a lie that spread like wildfire and caused a catastrophe of cartoonish proportions. It just destroyed everything. Are you ready to see how it all went so horribly, horribly wrong? Buckle up, because this is a wild ride. It all started with him, the guru, a charismatic, fast-talking fox with a suit shinier than my future. He stood on a stage under 1,000 sparkling lights, in front of a crowd of hopefuls, and he presented them with the key, the one, single, solitary secret to unlocking their every dream. He said this one rule guarantees success. He promised them that if they just followed this simple command, their lives would transform overnight. No more struggle, no more difficult decisions, no more feeling left behind. Just one word, one simple, powerful, world-changing word. He leaned into the microphone, his voice echoing through the massive auditorium, filled with animals in their best business casual attire, all leaning forward, hanging on his every syllable. He said, "Never say no." He presented it as the ultimate life hack, the cheat code to winning at the game of life. Want a promotion? Say yes. Want to start a new business? Say yes. Want to learn a new skill, help a friend, take on a new project, bake a cake for the entire neighborhood, and walk your neighbor's dog's cousin's goldfish all at the same time? The answer, he boomed, is always, always yes. And they believed it instantly. You could almost see the light bulbs going off over their heads, except the light bulbs were shaped like the word yes. There was no hesitation, no critical thinking, no, let me think about the potential downsides of this absolute, unwavering commitment to agreeableness. Nope. It was pure, unadulterated, instantaneous belief. The panda scribbled, "Say yes to more bamboo." The koala wrote, "Yes to napping in new, exciting locations." The badger jotted down, "Yes to digging everywhere." They were hooked. The idea was just too tempting. A single rule to solve all their problems? It was like being told the secret to life was just to press the big, shiny red button over and over again. Who wouldn't want to believe that? It was simple, it was easy, and it promised them everything they ever wanted. The notebooks filled with plans, all starting with that one magical word. And so, the chaos began. Take this cat, for example. Let's call him Charles. Charles was a diligent worker, ambitious, eager to please. When his boss asked if he could take on a few extra reports, what did he say? Yes. When his coworker asked for help on a last-minute project, what was the answer? Yes. When the intern asked if he could proofread a 300-page document on the history of paperclips, yes. He said yes to everything. He said yes to organizing the office party, yes to fixing the printer, yes to watering all the plants on the 4th floor, yes to developing a new interdepartmental communication strategy, and yes to taste testing 47 different kinds of coffee for the break room. Now he has 400 jobs. His desk is no longer a desk. It's a monument to poor decision-making. He has reports for ears and spreadsheets for a blanket. He hasn't seen the sun in 3 days. But hey, at least he's being agreeable, right? Then there's this poor rabbit. He just wanted to be a good friend. So when someone asked for a little favor, he remembered the guru's golden rule and said, "Of course." But then another friend asked, and another, and another. "Can you help me move my ridiculously heavy collection of antique anvils?" "Yes." Can you house sit for my 12 hyperactive chinchillas? Yes! Can you come with me to my cousin's nephew's graduation party 3 states away? Yes, yes, yes! Soon he was being pulled in 1,000 different directions, literally. He's got a schedule that would make an air traffic controller weep. He's promised to be in 3 places at once, doing 5 things simultaneously. He can't even breathe. He's just a blur of fur and frantic agreement, a people-pleasing tornado sweeping through the city. He can't escape. He's trapped in a prison of his own creation, a jail built with the bricks of yes. And don't even get me started on the entrepreneurs. This dog, a brilliant visionary, had an idea for a new business, a fantastic idea. But then, thanks to the always say yes philosophy, he also said yes to his next idea, and the one after that, and the one that popped into his head while he was brushing his teeth. He decided to launch a bakery, a gym, a tech startup, a construction company, and a hot yoga studio, all on the same day. 7 businesses, in 1 minute. He's the CEO of everything, and the master of nothing. His donut dough is getting mixed up with his yoga mats, and his app developers are trying to figure out how to code a roofing tile. This is not a business plan. It's a one-way ticket to Burnout City with a layover in bankruptcy town. He spread thinner than butter on too much bread. It was a total meltdown. The entire world, it seemed, had said yes, one too many times. Deadlines were flying past like birds, promises were shattering like glass, and stress levels were higher than a giraffe on a trampoline. The system was overloaded. The gears were grinding to a halt. This is not success. This is a disaster. It's a beautiful, colorful, catastrophic failure. A masterpiece of mayhem. All because of one simple, very, very bad rule. It was proof that the road to chaos is paved with good intentions and a whole lot of yeses.
Wait, hold on a second. Everybody just stop. Does any of this actually make sense? We're all running around like headless chickens, drowning in coffee and confetti, and for what? Because some shiny fox told us to. We're more successful. Look at Charles. He's become a papier-mâché statue. Look at the rabbit. He's being stretched like taffy. Is this winning? This feels an awful lot like losing. What if the rule is wrong? What if it's fake?
No way. Could it be? The monkey's question hung in the air, thick and heavy like the smell of burnt coffee. A fake rule? It seemed impossible. The guru was so confident, so shiny. But the seed of doubt had been planted. A small group gathered around a phone, pulling up the original video of the guru's speech. They watched it again, their eyes scanning every pixel, searching for a clue, a hint, anything they might have missed in their initial excitement. They listened past the booming voice and the sparkling promises, and then they saw it. A tiny string of text in the corner of the screen, something they had all overlooked. It was fake, the whole time. Paid, promotion, the 2 most soul-crushing words in the digital age. The guru wasn't sharing a timeless secret to success. He was a paid actor in an advertisement, an influencer selling a product, and the product was chaos. The entire speech, the shiny suit, the confident smile. It was all a marketing campaign. For who? For what? It didn't even matter. The realization hit them like a ton of bricks. They hadn't discovered a secret to life. They had fallen for an ad.
It was a prank? All of this for a prank? My life is in ruins. I have 400 jobs.
They had followed one rule, one single piece of advice from a stranger on the internet, and it had led them to ruin. They didn't lose their money, but they lost their time, their energy, their peace of mind. They had traded their well-being for the approval of others, all based on a lie. The silence in the messy office was deafening, broken only by the occasional exhausted sigh. And in that quiet moment of reflection, they found the real rule. It wasn't a secret hack or a magic word. It wasn't flashy or exciting. It was something they knew all along, buried under the desire for a quick fix. The real rule wasn't about always saying yes or always saying no. It was about thinking, pausing, considering. It was about understanding that your time and energy are the most valuable things you have. That's the real rule. Think for yourself. Trust your own judgment. Don't outsource your life decisions to a shiny fox on a stage. And just like that, balance was restored. That one little word, no, wasn't a word of negativity. It was a word of power. It was the word that gave them back their time, their focus, and their sanity. Fake rules, bad advice, and quick fixes will always be tempting. They spread like gossip because they're easy. But the best things in life aren't easy. Curiosity needs logic. Your enthusiasm needs a plan. Your yes is precious. Don't give it away to the first person who asks. Peace. Finally. The frantic energy was gone, replaced by focused calm. People were collaborating, not collapsing. They were building things, not breaking down. They learned that success isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things. And you can only know what the right things are when you give yourself the space to think. Sounds familiar? We see it every day. A million gurus shouting a million secrets from our screens. A tidal wave of life hacks, productivity tips, and one-size-fits-all solutions that promise the world. It's easy to get swept up in the hype, to believe that maybe this time, this one weird trick really will change everything. We've all been there, right? The world is full of fake rules. The most important skill is learning to spot them. It's about taking a breath, asking a question, and remembering to think for yourself. So, be honest. Have you ever followed fake advice? A productivity hack that just made you less productive? A diet that just made you hungry? A piece of social media wisdom that just made you feel worse? If you have, you're not alone. Comment yes down below and share your story. And if you want more reminders to think slow in a fast world, subscribe. Don't say yes unless you really mean it.